What's up, everyone? I am Ernest Dove. This is the New York Mets Dove Report. Who else is going to give you all of the Mets minor league affiliate action all in one segment in just a few minutes? I'll start rolling out all of the highlights, some video clips all around Mets minor league baseball from AAA down to the low A St. Lucie Mets. I'll get started right away, give you guys what you want, what you need. Let's start AAA Syracuse Mets, the return of Christian Scott. Everything looked amazing. He came out firing, already topping 97 in the first inning with 2 strikeouts, looking really good. And then the wheels started to fall off in a way. He gave up 2 solo home runs. Things got worse into the 4th inning. Some of the things, though, about Christian Scott's overall outing: threw a lot of strikes. He threw 46 of 65 pitches for strikes. But again, 3 1/3, 9 hits, 6 earned runs, 0 walks, 5 Ks. Again, let's worry about fastball velocity looking good, command looking good. He was getting roughed up, throwing it in the zone. We'll continue to see, obviously, as he continues to build arm strength. He should be fine, folks. All in all, I could take it as a good outing overall just because he pitched and threw strikes. Some of the pen arms, Joe Jakes, 1 2/3 of hitless innings in his relief, 0 walks, 4 Ks. So of his 5 outs, 4 of them by K. Joe Jakes has been a back end of the bullpen kind of guy for Syracuse. And as a lefty, older guy, let's see if he's one of those kind of soon call-ups during the season as needed. Then all of a sudden, I semi-reported it before it all happened. I mentioned that a pitcher was going to be jumped all the way from A-ball to AAA. That pitcher ended up being Tanner Witt. Jumps, makes his debut in AAA instead of high A, and he goes 3 hitless. 0 runs, 2 walks, only 1 K in 3 innings. Fastball looked to be in the low 90s with a curveball and a cutter. Obviously a good outing for a guy not allowing a hit. I'm curious to see if they decide to just keep Tanner Witt in AAA for a while, or if this was only temporary on that bad weather game on the Jonah Tong start where too many guys pitched. We'll find out into next week if Tanner Witt is going to now all of a sudden magically stay in AAA. That'd be pretty amazing. On the hitting side, Nick Morabito, 2 more hits and another walk last night. Nick Morabito at the AAA level, small sample size, hitting .364 with a .917 OPS. An amazing start for Nick Morabito, who obviously is on the 40-man. I don't know what's going on with Juan Soto, and it's not actually a replacement of any kind, but will they actually call up Nick Morabito as needed because of the roster situation he's on? Hitting-wise, the other guy, Ronnie Mauricio, 2 for 5. He's hitting a very, very good, respectable .276 at the start of the season. As I've been posting online, a lot of times when Ronnie Mauricio makes contact, it's like 102 to 108 miles an hour exit velo. So he continues to hit the ball hard, and he's made contact and some hits right-handed. Ryan Clifford, he's in that weird streaky mode again. He had 1 hit and a walk. He's now batting .250 on the year. He's been pretty consistent, getting at least 1 hit in every game. He's also been having about multiple Ks in every game, and he has not even hit a home run, so he's got a low OPS. But I'm curious to see if he can finally balance this out with the K rate. One of the other guys who may get a call-up now, MJ Melendez. Again, the early star of Mets minor league spring training. He hit a home run in this game, as you can see. He started off extremely slow the first few games of the Syracuse Mets season, but he still already has an .804 OPS because of things like this early home run in the season. We'll see how he continues to develop of sorts now in the Mets organization, and if he even gets an early call-up. Down in AA, my guy, the Swiss Army knife of the farm system, DeAndre Smith had 2 hits in his opener, including this double. Obviously, you guys know I love DeAndre Smith. I've interviewed DeAndre Smith, a very humble, amazing young man. He had a career year last year in AA. Here he is, of course, repeating the level because of some of the depth and the older guys that I'm mentioning now in Syracuse. Continue to root for him. Who's another guy doing well in AA right off the bat? Chris Suero. He only had 1 hit the entire game, and it was a grand slam. Opposite field grand slam, Chris Suero. He continues already game 1 to show his power. The concern, though, is the Ks. You can't be taking golden sombreros while hitting a grand slam. Grand scheme of things, probably still a good game. Still have to keep worrying about the K rate, continue to see how he does defensively, playing around the field, including specifically catcher. The other guy I've been hyping about during spring, Eli Serrano III. 2 hits, 2 walks, on base 4 times, including this hard hit double, because that's going to be his thing. Eli Serrano III hits a lot of hard shots. He's a very tall, athletic, built young man. This was the season a lot of people have been waiting for, to just be healthy and do his thing. It's almost not even updated at this point, but AJ Ewing, who's stuck at the AA level right now, 3 for 6 with a walk. Per usual, it's kind of what I'm expecting all season long, while AJ Ewing remains at AA for this time. Not saying he's always going to have 3 hits a game, but he may come pretty close. He's going to be a star, folks. On the pitching side, there was a lot of walks, not a lot of hyping to talk about. But I wanted to bring up some of my guys. Ben Simon had a hitless inning, and Douglas Oriana had a hitless inning. Douglas Oriana belongs bare minimum at AAA. Some of the depth stuff brought him down. So it's the depth and the command issues that have kept a guy like Oriana where he now currently is, back in AA. Ben Simon, the 95 to 97 guy, I continue to feel he's a future major league reliever. So I'll just consider this a nice start. Curious during the year when he gets the promotion to AAA and hopefully sometime soon to Queens. Heading down to High A, not a lot to talk about, not a lot of offense. Antonio Jimenez had a double and a walk. My guy, the young catcher, Daverson Gutierrez, also had a double and a walk. I'm curious for a guy like Daverson. How's he going to do now at the High A level for a higher, stronger sample size? I want to see a guy like Gutierrez get to AA, the show me level, specifically to see, can he have enough of a hit tool to become, as a floor, a solid backup catcher. Other things to talk about, John Bay, the outfielder. John Bay went 2 for 3. He was pretty much the star offensively for Brooklyn. The undrafted outfielder's been off to a good pro start since last year as well. And again, the pitching staff, lots of walks again. Here we go with the Mets farm system, up and down, doing their walks. One guy to mention, Haas Brewer, pitched at the end of the game, allowing only an unearned run in his 1 inning with 2 Ks. I believe, my understanding, he should be one of those guys who usually will always pitch at the 8th or 9th inning while he's at Brooklyn, along with potentially Brett Banks. And Christopher Gomez is a very interesting arm as well. As a version of high leverage terms for the farm system, those could be 3 guys I could see always pitching when the game's close and late to get experience from them. Way down with the St. Lucie Mets. Is there anyone else to talk about other than the teenager, Elian Pena? And he did it again. Another game, another double. He had a double and a walk. Elian Pena continues to look the part. One of the things I want to continue to look at is his plate discipline. Looks like he continues to have really good plate awareness, plate approach. And again, this was an oppo double. He can hit it all, spray it all around the field already as an 18-year-old. Sky's the limit, but I still don't know how fast they would promote a kid like this already. Could be a while, perhaps, in St. Lucie, maybe to make me happy. Randy Guzman, off to a rough start, but he had a hit last night. Looks like he's been struggling with some pop-ups. Usually with something like that, I'm wondering if he was kind of pressing because he's a huge human being. Maybe he was trying to kind of show off that power and the potential that he has to continue to grow off last season. But again, I'm really excited about Randy Guzman to see how things go. Now, offensively, kind of the star of the show of sorts for a couple of games, Julio Zayas, who I keep labeling as a bat-first catcher, DH, possibly 1B guy. He's had back-to-back 2-hit games to start his minor league season now in low A. Very curious to see what happens with him, specifically offensively. Will the hit tool continue up the levels? Now, another guy who's been around forever and is still somehow young, Simone Juan, the outfielder. He was on base 3 times last night. He's been around a minute. I've been curious about him, like Simone Juan. Is this the final year of him in the Mets organization to try to make it or break it? Because he's still now in low A, in A ball, as a pro for many years of sorts, as an IFA signing. This could be the make or break season. Pitching-wise, the one guy I wanted to mention, a new guy I don't really talk about, I'm not really familiar with, the right-hander Christian Rodriguez, age 21, Pitched 1 inning, 2 Ks. Looks like a low 90s cutter sinker type guy. So with stuff like that, I want to keep an eye on his ground ball rate as well as some other things and see if he continues to pitch at the back end. Thank you guys so much for this wrap up. I'll try to keep doing them and keep them to as low a minutes as possible with some video clips, insight, reports. I'll let you guys know when I have some interviews on the way. I'll see you guys next time.